What's going on, bottom line viewers? It's Mitch here to give you my game-by-game predictions for the Miami Dolphins schedule in 2021, giving you a quick preview, my pick, and my breakdown for each matchup on the Dolphins 2021 NFL schedule. Before I give you my prediction for the Dolphins record this season, make sure you do spike that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to the Bottom Line View for more NFL predictions, schedule previews, and breakdowns just like this. Also, let me know in the comment section below, let me know how you think the Dolphins are going to do. Do you think they're a playoff team this year? Do you think they'll win the East this year? Do you think they're going to take a step back and regress this season? Let me know in the comment section below, and don't forget to check out the rest of my NFL predictions. The AFC East, you might be interested in those, so check it out in the playlist. Let's get into it, and let's break down and predict the Dolphins' schedule. The Dolphins kick off the 2021 NFL season with a rematch of the opener from 2020, where they played Cam Newton and the Patriots. I think it's going to be a similar result this season. The Patriots have a lot of new elements, just like they did last year, especially offensively, where they took Miami really by surprise, and the Dolphins weren't prepared for the Cam Newton attack. Now, they might be prepared for that this year, but they won't be prepared for the new weaponry that exists in New England. New England's also gotten better defensively. Both of these teams have improved this offseason. Miami, I think, is going to take some time to get up to speed with Tua, his new weapons on offense. They'll start slow offensively this season, and playing New England's defense is not a good way to start the season to gain continuity. This will be a low-scoring game, but ultimately I think the home team will come out on top. They also play New England later in the season, Week 18. We're going to skip to that. With the divisional matchups, we'll do both at the same time. So with the Patriots, they play them the last game of the season, which could ultimately determine whether they make the playoffs or they miss the playoffs. I think Miami is very much a borderline playoff team this year, and some of these games will hinge on whether they can make it or not. They're going to have to win their close games. In the final game of the season, I think typically they split with the Patriots, and especially win the games in Miami. So that being said, they should be able to beat New England at home, especially if the playoff spot is on the line. So I'm going to go with Miami, Week 18, to beat New England. They split with the Patriots. Now we go to Buffalo, who they play in Week 2. And this might be surprising, but I actually think Miami has a good chance to win this game in Week 2. Now, Buffalo, I felt, was a team that took a lot of people, especially early in the season, by surprise with their offensive attack, because we hadn't really seen it before with Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Cole Beasley, and them just spreading the football all around the field, throwing the ball. And I think Miami, with a full offseason to study the Bills, will have a good game plan prepared defensively. It will be up to Tua to play a good game offensively for them to come out on top. But seeing as they're at home, it's in September, where Buffalo is going to have to adjust to that Miami heat. The game was really close last year early in the season. I think it's the same, but I actually think Miami comes out on top in the upset Week 2. Now, I don't think they're going to sweep the Bills. I just don't see that happening. Buffalo's too good of a team. Josh Allen's too good of a quarterback, and the coaching staff in Buffalo is too good for them not to adjust. So later in the season, Week 8, I think they lose that game, and I think they split with the Bills and the Patriots, which puts them in a pretty good position because both of those teams I see going to the playoffs. So, Week 3, the Raiders. The Raiders, simply, okay, Derek Carr is the best quarterback in this game, but that's about where the edges kind of end for the Raiders. Raiders are just not good. They've regressed this offseason. Defense isn't great. Offense, not as good on the offensive line. Now, could they challenge the Dolphins defense a little bit with John Gruden and those schemes? Potentially, but I think Miami is just a better team and should be able to win this game, even in Las Vegas. Now, I will say, with all the young players on Miami, going to Las Vegas early in the year is not ideal, but they should be able to win this game. Week 4, Indianapolis is a tough matchup for the Dolphins. The way they can run the football and their strength on the defensive line is going to give Tua fits and their defense fits, because I think Frank Reich's a very smart schemer, and that offensive line, their ability to play power football, that is not a strength of Miami. So I'm going to go with Indianapolis to win that game week 4. Week 5, they play the champs in Tampa. They stay within Florida, so it's not too far of a trip. And Brian Flores does have recognition and familiarity with Tom Brady, quite obviously, but the same can be said about Tom Brady with Brian Flores and the Patriots type of defense. The Bucs are just too good. The Bucs are the best team in the NFL. They won the Super Bowl for a reason. I think they could be better this year, and they have just a monstrous offensive and defensive line that, again, is not a good matchup for Miami. So I'm going to go with the Bucs here. They play the Jags week 6. At this point, maybe Trevor Lawrence is heating up. This game will be really close. It's kind of fascinating that they have the Jags game and the Bucs game back to back, and they stay within Florida for that whole trip there. This I could see being a one possession game. I think Jacksonville is better than people give them credit for. This game is on the road, but again, not a lot of travel. I think Miami wins this game. I just think I like the coaching edge. I think Flores finds a way to just out-coach Meyer and be able to fool a rookie quarterback into a couple of turnovers to the point where Miami can gain that victory. The Atlanta Falcons, week number 7. This one's going to be really, really good. This game could go either way. Atlanta, not a very good defense, but an excellent offense with a ton of weaponry. I'm not even convinced that Julio will be around. I don't really know. If he's not, certainly will change my opinion on this game. I'm going to assume that he is playing. It's a coin flip. Almost every game with Atlanta is. But I'm going to go with Miami because I think they're one of the few teams that has the secondary to match up with Atlanta. And I think their offense can do enough to move the football versus one of the worst defenses in the league. Week number 9, they play the Texans. I don't expect Deshaun Watson to be playing this year at all. That being said, I don't see the Texans winning many games. So Miami at home, that should be an easy victory. Week 10, they play the Ravens. The Ravens, I think, are a bad matchup for Miami with the way they can run the ball. They're a very physical defense. They have the corners to match up with Miami's receivers. And I think they will challenge Tua and pressure Tua. So that being said, I think Baltimore will win that game. Week 11, they play the Jets. The Jets, they could easily sweep, but at the same time, they could drop a game to the Jets. The Jets are pretty talented in certain areas, specifically the defensive line, which I think will be challenging for Miami. I also look at their offense with having some upside with a young quarterback in Wilson, and it kind of stinks for Miami that they play Wilson deeper in the season because you want to take advantage of that rookie quarterback. So I'm going to say that they do split with the Jets, and I'm going to say they lose that first game and they win that second game after the bye week after having an extra week to prepare. So they split with the Jets. Then they play week 12, the Panthers. The Panthers are a team I could see really getting pressure. The Dolphins' offensive line I'm not sold on. I could see that defense getting pressure. They've got some good pass rushers over there. But at the same time, I could see Miami getting pressure on Sam Darnold. And, man, Miami has the defense where I think they can contain that Panthers offense well enough. Because it's in Miami, this is a flip type of game because I think the Panthers are better than people think. But I'm going to go with the Dolphins. Week 13, the Giants. This is the Patriot Disciple Bowl, I would say. I guess Joe Judge versus Brian Flores in this coaching matchup, which I think will be fascinating. I like the Giants this year. I think they're pretty good, and both these teams are built fairly similarly. I think where the edge could be had in this game is the Giants' rushing attack and run defense, which are both two of the best in the league when Saquon is healthy. I'm going to assume that Saquon is healthy. I am a fan of Daniel Jones more so than I am Tua, and I'm going to go with the Giants to win this game. So heading into the bye week, we have them beating the Jets after the bye week, so that's 8-7 right now. Then they play the Saints on the road, the Titans on the road, and I gave them the win versus the Patriots. So ultimately, I have them dropping both of these games. I think the Saints are a very difficult matchup on Monday Night Football in the Superdome with how loud it is. Their offensive line is awesome. Their defensive line is very good. Sean Payton's an excellent schemer. I think Alvin Kamara could have a big game. And their defense is still quite good. So I think the Saints will win that game on Monday night. Week 17, the Titans are an awful matchup, in my opinion, for Miami. I could see Miami, hanging around in this game. But Derrick Henry, his ability to run the ball, I think the Titans have improved their defense. And especially by this point in the season, those younger players will be up to speed. I think Tannehill is a better quarterback than Tua. I'm going to go with the Titans. So the way I see it for Miami is about an 8-9 record. I could see them being a little bit better, a little bit worse. I could see them making the playoffs at 9-8, 10-7. I could see them missing the playoffs at 8-9, 7-10, somewhere in that range. I think no worse than 7 wins, no better than 10 or 11 wins. But I think they're going to land somewhere in that range, and depending on how they win or lose some of these matchups that are key. Like, I'd say the Colts game is key for them. Obviously, the Patriots, Bills, and Jets games are key for them, but especially the Patriots and the Bills games. The Titans game is key for them because that's a team that could make the playoffs. So can the Ravens. They should easily win some of these games, right? When you look at the Texans, when you look at the Jags, the Raiders, the Falcons, the Jets once, the Panthers. Those are all not easily winnable, but pretty winnable games. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. That's just how I see it. That's how I see Miami's season going. I think they will slightly disappoint this season and regress because I thought they had an easy schedule and capitalized on that last year. This year, they're not so lucky, in my opinion, but we'll see. Maybe they prove me wrong in 2021, and I hope they do. All right. It's Mitch. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, Gronk spike that like button, and don't forget to comment your opinion in the comment section below. Peace.